Right, Ipswich were looking to get back to winning ways after last weekend's loss at Bolton, and they did it, Stu. Not the prettiest game of football. I don't think Accrington ever brings the prettiest game of football. This one had its moments, but I felt Town were able to rise above the mess at times and came away with 3 points.
Yeah, I think that's a fair summary. Got off to a pretty sticky start against Accrington, who made it the game that they always try and make it. They're big, they're physical, they're direct, they know the dark arts, they can buy a few free kicks, they can slow the game down. And they went ahead after 15 minutes, deservedly so. And you're thinking this could be an awkward game here today, but Ipswich, to their credit, stuck to their task. And really, the game changed in quite a big minute, didn't it? Around the 23rd minute, Accrington hit the bar at one end. We think Christian Walter makes a fantastic save to tip the ball onto the bar and a counter-attack later, and Ipswich Town were level. Fantastic Selina pass. Cool Wes Burns clipped finish past the goalkeeper, and that was the moment where the game changed. 1-1, and they used that as a platform to go on and win.
It's the value of a good goalkeeper. They've obviously in this week where they have signed Christian Walton full time for the next 2.5 years, hopefully even longer than that. That's the value of a good goalkeeper. I think we got some pictures. He's definitely got a fingertip on that onto the bar, and within a minute, like you say, flash down the other end. I thought Selina had held on to his pass a little bit too long, but actually he held on to it for the perfect amount of time. He knows better than me, and he's threaded it through. Lovely finish, and yeah, from there they've done well to get themselves level, because at 2-0 down, if it had gone like that, so that's a long way back against an Accrington side who are built to not allow you back into games when they're 2 up.
Yeah, and from there, Ipswich had flashes of quality today in spells. There was a little spell in the first half that reminded me of the Gillingham game, which, 1-2 touch passing that had the crowd purring, but they weren't able to kind of replicate it throughout the game, and maybe that's credit to Accrington for not allowing them to do so. But second half, one of those moments of quality led to the winner. Bit of quick thinking. Sam Morsey plays it out wide to Donasian, cut back, touch, bang, right high into the net from Connor Chaplin, who is now on 8 goals for the season, I believe. And it was him and Selina, who we've talked about, that came into the side today. It was a slightly different look to the Ipswich side, with almost sort of a double number 10, with Chaplin and Selina taking up little pockets of space behind Macaulay Bonne. And when Ipswich made that work, they looked a threat, didn't they?
They did. I was impressed with how those two players, who Bersant Selina, I don't look at Bersant Selina and think that he's going to really enjoy a game with Accrington. You don't look at him and think that that's a game where he's going to thrive and where he's going to be your creative force. But when he was able to get on the ball, and he wanted the ball today, make no mistake about that. I think he's been out for a while. Came back at Bolton. When he got the ball, he looked to do something with it. I enjoyed watching him today, and I loved the manner of the winning goal. It reminds me a bit of James Norwood's goal at Wickham on New Year's Day of 2020. That was Luke Garbutt and Alan Judge with a quick free kick. This one was Morsey getting fouled, picks himself up. Donasian's made a good run to the byline and pulls it back, and that's what Chaplin does so well for me. He picks up these little pockets of space and he scores goals like that. And to be on, was it 8 goals you say? He's on 8 for the season without ever really being a regular starter for any length of time. So to have that level of production from the bench and from being in and out of the side is quite impressive.
Yeah, I never really felt like that they were going to lose it after they went 2-1 up. The game sort of drifted a bit, but once it got to the last sort of few minutes, stoppage time, you knew that Accrington were going to chuck the kitchen sink forwards, and there was probably one nervy moment towards the end when Ethan Hamilton bent a free kick, whiskers past the post. But I think overall Ipswich deserved that win today. A lot of spirit to come from behind against awkward opposition. Accrington were unbeaten in 5 going into this one. They've beaten the likes of Rotherham and they've drawn against Sunderland recently. So that's a big win for Ipswich Town today. It's 3 wins from 4 under Kieran McKenna. And it's meant, crucially, that the gap to the playoffs hasn't grown. It's still 8 points. And now we go to AFC Wimbledon on Tuesday night, the first time that Kieran McKenna's had Saturday, Tuesday since he's come in charge. He says he's looking forward to that. They've had their time on the training pitch, but he wants the games to come thick and fast now. So it'll be interesting to see what he does with his side. be interesting to see if Ipswich can go and get another win and just see if then some momentum finally can build